Alright, so here we are out here on the bicycle again. What means it's time to forage for something to eat. On your right, you'll see my favorite place to get cattail. I may go back and get some. They're brown now, but I still understand you could eat them. So, I don't need to be chasing this kid. And this is kind of a busier road. Here we go, I'm riding. Say hello to everybody, hello to everybody. There we go, I'm going to use, here you go. Oh, now I'm looking at the road again. So, when I find something I want to stop and look at, I will start looking. I'll let you know. Alright, listen, there's cattail in here. We're a bit close to the road, though. You're supposed to be about 100 feet off the road. If I can find a way to get to the back of this field of cattail, I'll collect some. And it shouldn't be that hard to do. I like using the bicycle because I can cover some ground with it, and I could also get into places I couldn't normally get with a car. So it's a good trade-off. Although this does look like private property. And the object wouldn't be to get shot at. But anyway, that would be a pretty nice stand of cattail. I'm going to say I want to look for some curly dock also, the seeds of curly dock. And I don't see any in here inaccessible, so I'm going to continue on up to another field that's just up ahead. And if they haven't mowed it lately, at least all parts of it, maybe I'll be successful in finding what I'm looking for. Okay, up there on that little hill, off the road about more than 100 feet, I'm still on my bicycle over here, there's some chocolate-colored, like brown spikes of seeds of the curly dock plant. And I'm going to go take them. If they're curly dock and not broadleaf dock, curly dock is better tasting. And I'm going to collect them. I'll clean them, which is going to be a chore in itself. They got little winglets on them. They have to be rubbed off. And then I'm going to kind of clean them with the wind. We call it winnowing. And I'll probably use it for a cereal or something. We'll see if I can dry them and be like a survivor. All right. I just wanted to go through using a field manual. This is Linda Runyon's. She's an expert on this from ofthefield.com, and I'll put the website up. She's got a deck of cards, and it has all sorts of plants on it for you to identify out in the field, and it tells you what to do with them on the back. This is curly dock, or dock rumex species, and we're going to go take a look at this picture, which you probably can't see too well, and look at a real curly dock right here with its leaves. And that's what I am picking the seeds of the more ripe ones over this way. You can see the brown spikes, including one that I left over here. And that's also what they look like when they're drier and more mature. And it's an edible plant. And this tells you what you can do with the rumex species, which in this case you could eat the leaves, the seeds. It grows pretty tall, might reach 2 feet or more. It's got all kinds of vitamins in it. You can cook the root as a carrot. And the seeds, when they turn from green to tan, you strip them from the plant. And in her book, I have a book also, she says you can make a nice cereal out of it. To me right now. So that I already know what they look like. And my disclaimer is that I am not an expert in this. In fact, I'm a rank amateur, but I'm also willing to try things after I've done thorough research, and I have tried a lot of things. Linda Runyon, however, is an expert on this, unlike me, and I trust what she says. She has lived for 20 years out in a homestead in the upper Adirondacks of New York without having to go to without having to grow much of a garden and just foraging for food out there, and she did fine. So it's worthwhile looking at an expert. There are several of them out there that I know of, and they're all informative. They all have different ideas. They're all still alive, and they're not malnourished by any means. So you might want to go get several field guides of some well-renowned survival people and good foragers, and learn how to identify some of the plants so that you don't eat the poisonous ones. One way to do it would be to take the bag. It's hard to take a picture of this at the same time, and kind of hold it over there and strip the seeds into the bag. Try to catch as many as you can. It's pretty easy to do, but these seeds are not, they need to be cleaned still because there's still like little tiny winglets on them. You can see them. And so that's just one way to go ahead and do it. It's a mature plant, and it's a curly dock. I can tell because it doesn't have the broad leaves on it. It's got the narrower leaves. A lot of thistle in here too, and bees. So I'm probably going to get stung. How about that? The other way I can do this is to just go ahead and take my shears and cut off the spikes, put them in the bag, and pull the seeds off later because I'm making a spectacle of myself in front of humanity here, which is not something I want to do. All right, I might do that. I came back with these spikes from about 10 different plants. And there's more on them, but I didn't want to be a hog. One of the things when you're foraging, you want to leave something for somebody else. And I'm going to go ahead and sit here and strip them. I think that's the easiest way to do it, since I'm in a pretty nice little piece of grass right now. Got my water bottle, and I'm just going to go strip them off nice and out of sight so that, you know, I don't raise any attention either. Okay, I got what I think is about a pound of seeds. You can see down in the hole there. And no, it's not easy to see. And it came from about these many stalks. And I only squeezed off of these, the ones that were easy to come off, and whatever was resisting, I just left on there. And then that's the waste product right there. What am I going to do with this? I don't know yet. I'm going to try to clean them. First, I'm going to let them dry for about a week in this paper bag with some air open in the sunlight. And then I'm going to try to rub them between my fingers and see if I can get the little tiny winglets off of them. Hopefully it's not too much trouble. This is curly dock is a member of the buckwheat family, so it's going to be similar to buckwheat, I hope. And it's also known as, to get my Latin name straight, Crispus rumex, and that would be what curly dock is. The entire plant is edible, including the root, which makes also like a yellow dye. So it's also called yellow dock. And like I said, let me go see if I can make something worthwhile. That's not going to be today. Maybe I'll post this video now, and then you can see, and then later on you can say, hey, did you do this? Did you make cereal out of this yet? And I'll say, no, I didn't. And then you could yell at me. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about right now.